If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Oh, yo, Red. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
The heat around this Island Boys and 6ix9ine home bar asterisk AKN case is getting wild, and the deeper the feds look, the crazier the story gets. What started as a rumor online has now turned into a full-blown investigation, and the streets been buzzing nonstop because nothing about this situation feels random or sloppy. The Island Boys been dealing with drama for years, but this right here, this ain't no clout stunt or TikTok meltdown. This is the type of mess that gets federal agents knocking on doors across the country. And every day, more wild details leak out, making everybody wonder who really set this whole thing in motion and what the feds actually found when they pulled up. It all kicked off when reports surfaced that 6ix9ine's home security system caught suspicious activity near the back entrance of his Florida spot. At first, people thought it was just another troll trying to get attention because 6ix9ine always got somebody trying to mess with him. But this time, the footage showed something different. A small group moving like they practiced this before, staying low, covering their faces and working around the cameras like someone told them exactly where to avoid.
He's talked openly about not having security, and then he's advertising that he's not home on this live stream.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's silly. I don't know why he's out there bragging about not having security, because he definitely needs security, and this is not gonna go away for multiple reasons. He's an easy target. You know, when you walk around with, you know, $250,000 in jewelry on you, if you insist on walking around with that type of money, then you need professional help. You need, and it's your friends hanging out with you obviously are insufficient. You need people that know what they're doing.
Fans started speculating instantly, asking how some random crew knew the layout of 6ix9ine's place down to the blind spots. That's when the internet started pointing fingers toward the Island Boys, since they live close, know the area, and been in drama with 6ix9ine before. But nobody expected the feds to actually take that theory serious, let alone start digging into it. Next thing you know, federal agents raided a property linked to the Island Boys, claiming they were looking for electronics, communication devices, and anything connected to the attempted BR asterisk AKN. The Island Boys played it cool online at first, acting like nothing happened and brushing off the raid like it was normal police activity. But insiders say the vibe inside the house was nothing like what they posted. They were stressed, arguing and whispering about someone talking too much once the feds left with boxes of evidence. That comment alone had the internet shaking because it sounded like someone in their circle leaked something heavy. And if that's true, this case might be way deeper than people think.
I think if God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest into something. So you guys will never ever be broke again.
Hey, George, hold on. No, hold on. No, hold on.
Podcast.
No.
Here, I'm moving for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro.
One of the craziest rumors floating around is that this whole situation started over money gone missing from a supposed collab deal between 6ix9ine and someone tied to the Island Boys. According to a source online, 6ix9ine pulled out of a small business agreement at the last minute, leaving somebody furious and ready to teach him a lesson. But no one expected the fallout to get this extreme. The feds haven't confirmed the money angle yet, but the timing lines up too perfectly for folks to ignore it. And if money really is at the center of it, then this ain't personal beef. This is about payback, pride, and someone trying to send a message loud enough for everyone in Florida to hear. Another detail investigators are looking at is the fact that the crew who tried to BR asterisk AKN didn't take anything. They didn't even get inside before the alarms went off. That's what made the feds shift their whole approach, because if the goal wasn't to rob 6ix9ine, then what were they really trying to do? Some online are pushing the idea that the mission was intimidation, showing 6ix9ine that someone out there knows his home layout and can pull up whenever they want. Others think the crew backed out too early, panicked, and dipped before making it inside.
What's up? So I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors. So the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People, I guess, saw that I was on live stream with Jack Doherty They took that opportunity to do some. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's whack. Get no cool points for. I don't think nobody respects that.
But the feds seem convinced there's more to this, especially since they're looking into connections between the Island Boys' old friends and a known Florida crew that's been on law enforcement radar for months. The Island Boys themselves been acting real strange ever since the raid too. One minute they go live claiming they got nothing to do with it, and the next minute they're throwing subliminals at 6ix9ine like he's the one trying to drag them into it. They talk tough online, but insiders say they've been keeping their phones close, avoiding going outside and moving like they know something serious is coming. A neighbor even reported seeing unmarked cars circling the block earlier this week, making people wonder if the feds are still watching them or waiting for someone to slip and say the wrong thing. And when the feds are patient like that, it usually means they're building a bigger case. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine been unusually quiet through all this, which is rare for him since he's always quick to jump into drama. Some folks think he already talked to authorities and doesn't want to mess up the investigation. Others say he's staying silent so the internet stops connecting him to the Island Boys because their reputation been messy for a long time. But whatever reason he's staying quiet, it's adding even more mystery to a situation that already feels like it got way too many twists. What makes this crazier is how many people online are confident they know exactly who did what, even though the feds haven't named any suspects yet. TikTok detectives, forum users, and random fans been piecing together clips, old interviews, and neighborhood stories like they're running their own investigation. But the feds aren't playing games. They're using actual digital data, cell tower info, and tracking who was where and when. And if any device from the Island Boys' home shows communication with the crew from the footage, that alone would be enough to turn this into a major case.
Stop mentioning me in your videos. Stop. Or whatever videos you're mentioning me in, stop mentioning me in the comment section. Stop! Stop, you understand me?
Right now, the only confirmed thing is that the attempted BR*AKN wasn't random, and whoever was behind it moved with a level of planning that shocked both fans and investigators. Whether the Island Boys were truly involved or just caught in the crossfire of their old drama is still up in the air. But with this investigation heating up every single day and more details leaking online, one thing's clear. Somebody in this story is hiding something, and the feds are getting closer by the hour. The second the feds pull back from that Island Boys property, everything around this case shifted and the streets could feel it instantly. People who were calling this a publicity stunt started getting real quiet once agents showed up with sealed warrants, because the feds don't waste time unless they believe something deeper is moving in the background.
Hey, for anyone that's saying that I had robbed somebody's house, 6ix9ine, Red is in the west coast of Florida, and I was in Vegas. I just got to Florida, just now. I'm riding a taxi. I just got to Florida. What you saying? You tripping? I ain't robbed nothing, man.
And now insiders say investigators are focusing heavy on digital fingerprints, messages, deleted files, timestamps, location data. All the stuff people forget can be tracked even after they think it's gone. That's why folks believe the Island Boys circle is panicking, because if someone in their crew even sent a single message about 6ix9ine's house or the blind spots on his property, that's the type of mistake that can flip this whole case upside down fast. One detail that recently leaked is that agents recovered multiple old phones during the raid, not just the ones in active use. And people online instantly started questioning why the Island Boys or their associates had so many older devices hidden away. Some say those phones were used for side business that never hit the internet, nothing major, just small stuff. Others believe those devices hold voice notes, screenshots, or messages that connect someone to the crew seen creeping around 6ix9ine's backyard. But the wildest rumor going around is that one of those phones had a half-deleted conversation that mentioned 6ix9ine by name, and that's why agents boxed it up like evidence before leaving the property. Nobody knows how true that is yet, but if anything like that shows up in the reports, then yeah, things are about to get crazy real fast. Around this time, people started noticing how the Island Boys vibe online flipped from cocky to cautious. They used to go live all day, showing their house, flexing, joking, doing whatever. But now, they're avoiding letting people see the inside of their place, barely talking about the situation and only posting old clips to keep their pages active. One fan even pointed out that they haven't filmed anything in their backyard since the investigation began, which had people wondering if the feds told them not to touch or move certain things back there. The silence is loud, and the internet caught on instantly, calling it the calm before the storm because everybody knows when the feds go quiet, it's never a good sign. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine's team been communicating with authorities behind the scenes, which set the internet on fire because people assumed he'd instantly take this to social media. But the fact that he didn't turn into a whole conversation on its own. Some say he's trying to keep things low-key so investigators can do their job without internet noise. Others think his lawyers told him to stay silent because speaking on an active investigation could backfire, especially since he's been involved in drama for years. But the most interesting theory floating around is that 6ix9ine already gave some kind of statement, not about who did it, but about how the attempted BR*AKN affected his family and safety. If that's true, investigators might be prioritizing this case way higher than people expected. Then things got even wilder when a security expert broke down the leaked footage frame by frame, pointing out that the crew who pulled up to 6ix9ine's house wasn't moving like amateurs at all. They stayed in the shadows, moved in sync, and didn't use flashlights even though it was dark. All signs that this wasn't some random group looking for clout. That analysis had people convinced that the crew was connected to someone local, maybe someone who knew the neighborhood well or spent time around the property before. And once that theory gained traction, more people started pointing toward the Island Boys, since everyone knows they're from the same area and used to hang around certain crowds that don't play around. But here's where things took a turn nobody expected. Someone from inside the Island Boys' old friend circle came forward anonymously online, claiming a third person tried to set them up by dragging their names into the situation, even though they had nothing to do with the actual attempt. According to this anonymous person, the real crew behind the BR*AKN was a small group that felt 6ix9ine owed them money from a past business deal that never happened. They said someone used the Island Boys' name as a distraction, knowing people online would instantly believe they were involved. Now, if that's true, then the Island Boys might actually be caught in the middle of a messy setup, and the feds are trying to figure out who's telling the truth. Another angle the feds are digging into is the vehicle spotted near the property during the attempted BR*AKN. Even though the crew moved on foot, an unfamiliar car was parked 2 blocks down with its lights off, and investigators traced that car to someone with old ties to the Island Boys neighborhood. That doesn't prove anything by itself, but it does raise questions about whether that car was part of the lookout team or just a coincidence. And whenever the feds start pulling license plate data, surveillance footage from surrounding streets, and phone pings from that area, that's when the case usually starts cracking open piece by piece. The Island Boys' lawyer even tried to get ahead of the drama by releasing a short statement saying they have no involvement in anything connected to 6ix9ine and that the raid was just routine procedure. But nobody bought that explanation. Routine procedures don't end with agents leaving with boxes full of devices, paperwork, and equipment. And they definitely don't happen days after a high-profile attempted BR*AKN on a celebrity's home. Fans called the statement weak, saying the lawyer sounded way too nervous, and it only made the situation feel more suspicious instead of clearing things up. The truth is, this investigation is turning into one of the most unpredictable cases tied to online celebrities in a long time. You got internet personalities, musicians, old neighborhood ties, shady business deals, and federal agents all mixed into one massive storm. And every single piece of info that leaks online makes the story feel bigger and more connected than before. Whether the Island Boys are guilty, innocent, or caught in someone else's problem, the feds won't stop until they figure out who planned this whole thing and why. One thing's for sure, though. When federal cases heat up like this, somebody always cracks, somebody always talks, and somebody always tries to jump ahead of the story before charges drop. And right now, every eye in Florida is watching, waiting to see who slips first, because once that happens, the whole truth will come out fast and the fallout will be insane.